Hi, welcome to the second part of the video, BART 2021, 24th September chemistry sheet, memory based question. So let's see the first question. If the given metal crystallizes both in BCC and FCC, the ratio of density of BCC to FCC. So given is that metal is same. So in the formula of density we have number of effective atoms into molar mass divide by A cube, that is volume of unit cell, and A is H length into Avogadro's number. Now here M is same for both in both the unit lattice, that is BCC and FCC, because the metal is same. Now the difference arises in the number of effective atoms and the H length. If metal is same, the radius of metal should be same. So we have to derive the relation between H length and the radius in BCC and FCC. So density of BCC is given by the effective number of atoms in BCC is 2 that are present at all the corners and the center of the body, 2 into M by, now in BCC, root 3A, that is body length, body diagonal length, is equal to 4R. So our A becomes, in the terms of R, 4R by root 3. So we have to substitute A in terms of R, because here R is constant in both the cases. Because the metal is same, so radius should be same in both the cases. So it's 4R by root 3 whole cube into N. Similarly, if we calculate the density for face centered cubic, we get the total number of effective atoms in FCC is 4. 4 into molar mass of metal, and the relation between H length and radius is given by root 2A, that is face diagonal, is equal to 4R. So A in terms of R is written as 4R by root 2. So 4R by root 2 whole cube into NA. So now if we divide this density of BCC divided by density of FCC, so we had to solve this. This goes here and 4R by root 2 goes here. So on solving this, we had to give the answer, and one of the options were the ratio of density of BCC to the density of FCC. Moving to the next question. So there were so many number of questions from spectroscopy part, mainly physical spectroscopy. So which of the following is correctly matched region of EM spectra, electromagnetic spectra, with type of spectroscopy? So 4 options were given, and the correct option was that pure rotational spectra lies in far IR region. So this was the correct option. Moving to next question. Most intense peak in IR is observed for. In IR, intensity of peak depends on electronegativity difference of atoms. So we were given OH, NH, CH, and one or more option was given. So out of this we find that the electronegativity difference between oxygen and hydrogen is highest. So the most intense peak will be observed for OH. So the correct option was OH. Moving to next question. Range of triple bond stretching frequency in IR is. So two triple bonds that we consider in IR are C triple bond C and C triple bond N, and both lie in the region from 2000 to 2500 centimeter inverse. So this was the correct range for triple bond stretching frequency in IR region. Moving to next question. The compounds which show both pure rotational and Raman spectra. Rotational, that was rotational Raman spectra. So as we know that to show pure rotational spectra, the compound, the molecule should possess permanent dipole moment. Means mu naught should not be equal to 0. Only those molecules which has permanent dipole moment can show pure rotational spectra. So first three options given were CO2, N2O, and one more symmetrical molecule was given. So pure rotational spectra was not observed in those cases, but one option in which both NO, D, C, triple bond, C, H, this option was given. So in this both cases, R mu naught was not equal to 0. They possess permanent dipole moment. So both the molecules can show pure rotational spectra. So if our one condition is satisfied, out of four options, only one option was satisfying the first condition. So second condition was bound to be satisfied. So NO and this substituted alkyne was the correct option, which shows pure rotational spectra and rotational Raman spectra. Moving to the next question. What kind of information can be obtained from pure rotational spectra? So in these cases, we calculate rotational constant, that is B is equal to H by 8 pi square IC. So if we know B, other parameters are known, if we know the type of molecule, so we can find R from this. We can calculate I, moment of inertia, and from moment of inertia, we can find internuclear distance. So internuclear distance was one of the option. So correct option was internuclear distance. Moving to next question. The least acidic compound among the following is. So the compound given were so here if we observe minus I effect, so fluorine exhibits most minus I effect followed by chlorine followed by bromine and followed by iodine. So as we know that electron withdrawing group increases acidity. So this compound will be most acidic followed by this followed by this. So our option which contains iodo substituent was the least acidic compound. So this option was the correct answer. Which of the following forms the most stable adduct with this trimethyl boron? So we know that adduct formation takes place between Lewis base and Lewis acid. So boron has a vacant p orbital. It acts as a Lewis acid, and substituted pyridine was given as Lewis base. So out of those substituted pyridine, 4-methylpyridine will form the most stable adduct with this compound. Other substituted pyridines were tertiary butyl group, Due to steric hindrance, this won't form a stable adduct. Similarly, at 2 and 6 position, methyl group were substituted. So this will also not form a stable adduct. And one nitro substituted pyridine was given. So this will decrease the electron density of nitrogen. So its donating capacity will decrease. So this 4-methylpyridine forms the most stable adduct with trialkyl boron. Moving to next question. Density of O2 in gram per liter at 1 atmosphere pressure and 300 Kelvin. So we know that PV is equal to nRT, where N is equal to given mass by molar mass. So if we rearrange, P is equal to mass by volume and molar mass we take here RT. This gives me density, that is mass by volume. So the expression is PM is equal to dRT. So this factor is asked and pressure given is 1 atmosphere. Molar mass of oxygen is 32 gram per mole. Density we have to find, and R we will take in atmosphere and liter, that is 0.0821, and temperature is given is 300 Kelvin. On solving, this density was 1.29 something gram per liter, and the option given was 1.3 gram per liter. So we approximated it to 1.3 gram per liter. Moving to next question. In an isothermal reversible expansion from V1 to V2, enthalpy change for the reaction is. We know in the isothermal reversible process, dt is 0. So if we write del H in the terms of Cp dt and del U in terms of Cv dt. So now if dt is 0, so change in internal energy and change in enthalpy both are 0. So in one option delta H is equal to 0 was given, that was the correct answer. Match the compound formula to its application as a catalyst or catalyst precursor in the stated process. So here 4 catalysts were given. One was given for Monsanto acetic acid process. So it was given cis rhodium I2 CO2 minus. Yes, so this acts as a catalyst for Monsanto acetic acid process, and for hydroformylation or oxo process this catalyst was given. So in question we are given catalyst or catalyst precursor. So yeah, this act as a precursor for the active species. That was not matching was this ligand. This complex was given for asymmetric hydrogenation. So but this doesn't act as a catalyst for asymmetric hydrogenation. So this option was the correct option. Moving to next question. Which of the following is correctly matched radial wave function? So the option given were in form of Z, atomic number. So as we know that for 1s we have studied the wave function as 1 by root minus r by a naught. But this time they had asked us in the terms of Z to create the confusion, because we usually omit the Z in hydrogen like species. So in hydrogen case, so the correct option was Z by A naught 3 by 2 e raised power minus Z R by A naught. So R10. This was the wave function for 1s. Moving to next question. Which of the following is an example of homogeneous catalysis? So the option given was Haber's process, and we know that this is a heterogeneous process, heterogeneous catalysis. One was given as hydrogenation of vegetable oil, that is also heterogeneous process, and the correct option was enzyme catalysis. Enzyme catalysis is an example of homogeneous catalysis. Moving to next question. Number of microstates in D5. So how we calculate microstate is 10 factorial, that is number of possible orientations that spin can take. So in D we have 5 degenerate orbitals and electron can occupy positions like this. So we have total 10 positions. So total number of electrons given is 5. This is Fermi-Dirac because electrons are fermions, so they follow Fermi-Dirac distribution. So this was equal to 252, and in option directly 252 was not given. It was given 6 square into 7. So this gives me 252. So this was the correct option. So question on equivalent conductance was asked. I don't remember the parameters correctly, but yeah, roughly I have noted it. So equivalent conductance, that is lambda equivalent, can be written as L by A, that is cell constant, into 1 by resistance into 1000 by normality. So L given is 10, area given is 100, resistance given is 10,000 by 0.1. This 1000 factor comes as a conversion factor because normality is 0.1 gram equivalents per liter, and everything here is in centimeters. So 1 liter is equal to 1000 centimeter cube. So this comes as the conversion factor. So it comes as 100 centimeter square Simon gram equivalents. So as far as I remember, 100 was the option. Okay, so question from this equivalent conductance concept was asked. Moving to next question, which of the following has planar geometry? NF3, NH3, options like these were given, which has pyramidal geometry due to presence of lone pair. But in this option, nitrogen SiH3 whole thrice, there is p pi d pi interactions due to presence of vacant d orbitals on silicon. The lone pair from nitrogen can interact with vacant d orbitals and p pi d pi interactions take place, which leads to a planar geometry. So this was the correct answer. Which of the following is an inverse spinel? So the option from the options given, zinc Fe2O4 was the inverse spinel. This was the correct answer. Aluminium 3 positive forms chelate with which of the following ligands in gas chromatography? So the answer to this is acetyl acetone. This is the ligand with which this forms a chelate. Which of the following complexes show JTD, John-Taylor distortion? So chromium complexes were given. Two complexes were chromium plus 3 and 2 were for chromium plus 2. So we know D4, D4, D3, D3. So these two will not show John-Taylor distortion. Out of these two, the ligands attached were bipyridine and ammonia. So this is stronger ligand as compared to ammonia, and pairing takes place. So due to pairing, the effect of this T2G is less as compared to EG, and here we have EG unsymmetrically filled in here. So JTD is observed in this complex, chromium hexamine complex. So this was the correct option.